Hey ladies, today I want to talk to you about something that is essential in changing your health. You know, we're all exercising, we're drinking our incredible superfood shakes, and we're plugging into this group, but there's one area of your transformation that most people neglect, and that is your mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Because it's so easy to overlook those areas because we all, as women, we all focus on the physical, what we look like, how we look like in a bikini, how our clothes fit, what the number on the scale says. But ladies, that really should be your last transformation, if that makes any sense at all, because the number one transformation that all of you should be striving for is the transformation here and the transformation here. And the reason why I say that is because if your mindset and your heart is not in the right place, you will not have an external transformation. I know that because I've seen it in myself, but I've also seen it in other women in this challenge group. So for me, when I started my health journey 4 years ago, I did not start exercising because I wanted to wear a bikini. Yes, I was 6 weeks postpartum, but I was not exercising to get fit. I honestly didn't care about losing weight at that point because I was just in survival mode. But what had to occur was I had to learn to de-stress. I was suffering debilitating panic attacks. I was taking Xanax every 3 hours. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was taking Xanax every 3 hours. I was on a daily anti-anxiety medication, and it was rough. It was really, really rough. And I realized that I had to change this and I had to change this to get back on track. And if I wanted to get off medication and if I wanted to truly change my health from the inside out, I had to take time to unplug from life, okay? And I know so many of us, rest is not in our vocabulary. I know for me, for years, my whole life, rest was a time waster. I thought it was unproductive to rest. I thought, well, I could do something. I could go to the store. I could get some errands done. I could clean the house. I could do laundry. I could cross something off of my list instead of rest. But rest is essential. Rest is one of the most important things that you can do because you have got to be able to shut life off, put your phone down, and be still and quiet your mind. Because as women, we are multitaskers. We do everything. Go, 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 go. And that's the worst possible thing for us. You have to unplug. You have to take time for you. So I want to encourage you all to do a couple things. The first thing, I'm going to try to find it right here. Here it is. I'm just stepping over here for a second. As I encourage all of you, and I'm going to get these out so I can show all of you some of these, because these are just some books that I love. I really want to encourage all of you not just to unplug every Thursday when I remind you to unplug. I want you to unplug every day. It can be for 10 minutes. It can be for 15 minutes. I don't want it to be exercise. I know exercising is a form of unplugging, but I want it to be more than that. I want it to be, for example, these are some things that I would do. I would lay on my bedroom floor and put worship music on and just lay there in the dark and be still. I know that sounds kind of crazy, right? But it works. Or I would sit and I would deep breathe and I would just focus on nothing. I would close my eyes, I would deep breathe, and I just would let my central nervous system calm down. So I wasn't in a constantly fight or flight, situation. Another thing that I really helped that was really transforming for me was journaling. Get a journal and journal. I have you can see that I write everything in here. I probably have over 10 journals that I have finished, completed, and I'm moving on to new ones. I actually have 2 that I always write in. And I journaled everything, every single day, the goods, the bads, the highs, and the lows, because what it allows you to do, and I went to counseling when I was during my peak of my worst, is I remember her saying, write it down, write down what you're struggling with, close it up, and put it away. Put it back on the shelf and be done with it. Because as a worrier, as women, we tend to just think, and that triggers anxiety, flares it up. And I'm I have a tendency to obsess on thoughts and to be fearful. So what I would do is I would write down what I'm struggling with. I'm really battling today, finding my peace, finding my purpose. My kids are driving me crazy. I can't find time for me. Whatever your thing is, write it down. Close the book and put it away and let it go. Release it and move on. Journal everything, okay? That's something I would do, is start journaling, start writing things down. If you don't like to write, don't do that, but that's something I highly recommend. I will say this, 4 years ago, I didn't write in journals either. I would be right there with you ladies who said, I don't like the journal. Journal. It's amazing to look back. I love that I can look back 4 years ago in my little blue book that I have that I started writing down just when I was taking medication, and to see how far I've come. It shows me how much progress I truly have made. And I also recommend getting a book. There's a ton of books that I recommend. I will say this, I'm not good at reading. I will start a book and I'll read halfway through and I'll move on to the next one depending on what I'm struggling with. So if you're like that, get Audible. Audible's amazing. You can plug it in and listen while you're folding laundry, while you're doing something around the house, play it in your car. There's so many different options, but a couple books that truly have changed my life in every single way. The first one is Made to Crave. Made to Crave is an incredible book, and it talks about your battle with food and your battle with cravings. And this goes hand in hand with our challenge group and just overcoming your food, your discipline, your self-control, and your thoughts about food. The next book is The Best Yes by Lisa TerKeurst. You can see she's one of my favorite authors. This is just talking about making wise decisions in the midst of endless demands. I can raise my hand to that. This is going to help you choose how to figure out what is important and what is not important in your life and move it to the next day so that you're not overwhelmed and stressed out. Okay? Next one is, another great book is by Dr. Carolyn Leaf. It's an amazing book, Switch on Your Brain, the Key to Peak Happiness, Thinking, and Health. Great book. I love this book. Other ones, this is one of my favorites. I will say this, when I was in my worst of my worst times, this was one of my books. Right here, Power Thoughts. It is amazing. I don't know if you can read it. I read the whole book, but I would go to the chapters that I struggled in the most, and I would just read those chapters that I was struggling with. So each chapter, it talks about those thoughts. And listen, ladies, where your mind goes, the man follows. So if you go into this challenge group saying, I can't do this, you're not going to do it. If you go into this saying, I can and I will overcome this. I am victorious. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am meant for this. You're going to overcome. So the power of a positive you. Teach your mind to work for you. There's the power of you. Talking about each different power thought. So it talks about fear. It talks about insecurity. It talks about self-doubt. Love Joyce Meyer because she's all about the mindset. Battlefield of the Mind. Incredible book. Listen, ladies, it all starts in your mind. So you've got to take time to unplug, to be still, to find time for you, to find your balance and getting healthy. That doesn't mean exercising and just eating clean. It means training your thoughts to be pure, to be thoughtful, to be intentional, to be positive, to bring joy. And that is when you take time to unplug and to feed yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So take time for that. I'm trying to see if there's any other books that I have because I have so many books that I absolutely love. I will say this. This was the first devotional that I fully committed to when I started having my panic attacks 4 years ago. Jesus Calling. My mom gave me this book on the day that I started having all of my issues. And I have read this book every single day for the past 4 years, over and over and over. I wake up and I read it, and it's like my little go-to for every single morning just to speak life into me. So find those 10 minutes. Find those 15 minutes, whatever you can commit to. Maybe it's read 10 pages in a book. Listen to 10 minutes on Audible. Take 10 minutes to sit and be still and just shut out the noise. And I can say this, I know it's hard. I still struggle with this. I still try to find my balance in making time to unplug from the crazies of life, unplug from my phone, unplug from my computer, and be still. I really recommend it because you're never going to be truly content and truly happy with who you are physically if your mindset and your heart are not in the right place. And I can say that because I was that woman. That was me. That was me. So you are meant for more. And this journey isn't just, like I said, isn't just about the number on the scale or the inches you lost. It's about a total body, holistic body, mind, and spirit transformation from the inside out. And taking time to unplug every day is a part of that. So I encourage you to do that. Take time for you because you are worth it. You are worth it. Wake up early, stay up a little bit late at night, stop watching TV, find time for you because you're meant for greatness. Love you all.